Hello and good day. So, what would you do with $1 million? For this example, I am talking about if you were to suddenly, without any emotional attachment, came into or was gifted, or how to put this, if magically you had $1 million, unearned, untaxed, not from lottery, not from inheritance, what would you do? The general response would usually the people would look towards how would they spend it, while the investors are similar in that, all right, how do I spend it? But the idea is, all right, how do I properly spend this and use it mostly for assets? Because with $1 million, you can easily put that in strong mutual funds, making you over, 100K average a year income based off that alone. Or you can buy a house and still have some left over, pay off any debts you have, cover your car, cover your house, and still have a decent sum for investing. And figuring out how you'd go about properly managing that. Well, a lot of people, first of all, don't have the mindset to, if they were to suddenly come into managing large sums of cash, how would they properly do that? The idea of having $1,000, $10,000, $100, $1 million, $10 million, and so on, the level of management and the knowledge to manage that money properly is different. Although the basics tend to be the same, which is why it's very valuable to learn the basics at lower risk versus later on when you're talking about far higher quantities. But usually the instant mindset is to, how would I use that million to have increased my luxury rather than to increase my security and comfort? And what I mean by that, luxury versus comfort, is a comfort is a decrease in risk. The fact that you can quit your job and still be secure and have all your needs met, the ability to be able to do what it is you want to do, or at least be significantly closer, is the idea of comfort I'm talking about, versus luxury, which is a $40,000 brand new car versus a car that's functional and safe, or a $500,000, whatever the pricing for homes in your area, having a higher end home than you really need, or getting a brand new, far more expensive home with the idea that now you have children, so you need a lot more space, when in reality they can do with less for the sake of bettering their future. For example, if you have 2 children, you don't necessarily need 2 separate rooms. Or you don't need 2 separate rooms for your for husband and wife, or whatever the situation may be. You might not always need the brand new exponential level of the next step up. A lot of people get the idea that now they have kids, suddenly they need a brand new super van that costs way above their ability to afford, because they're doing it for family. One of the biggest financial mistakes that people make is, or usually when they make big financial mistakes, one of the biggest risk that comes with that is they give it a false noble cause. It's like, I'm setting myself back a decade for the sake of my family. when in actuality, the harm you're doing financially is causing more harm than is causing significantly more harm than not having it. And often you can manage and or figure out a better alternative if you think about your options first. So, to clarify, the different mindsets on how you would deal with a large sum of cash, especially with a sudden large sum of cash, versus a slowly build up large sum of cash, is different between most people, or between the investors, the spenders, the younger and older, the experienced, less experienced. The idea of how you would properly use that $1 million, though, would change per situation based on your needs, often, and would also change based on your lifestyle desires. So, hopefully this is a interesting topic to you and helps you to think about managing larger sums of capital and not waste it, or think about it when you are going to make large purchases, the value, time, and value to get out you will get. If you buy a home, then that's no rent payment or mortgage or risk that you have to pay. On the other hand, if you buy more home than you need, then you may be wasting capital that could have been earning you an income, and you have to work that much more and or be that much more at risk. So, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below. If you'd like to hear more content like this, feel free to subscribe, and have a good day.